It starts with silence, the kind that lingers too long and says too much. Then, a voice, measured, deliberate, cuts through it like glass. You knew what this meant. No room for argument, no space for denial. The weight of the words hangs between them, heavier than the air itself. She doesn't flinch, but her eyes shift, barely. That's enough. He sees it. He always sees too much. A hand moves, slow, practiced, like it's done this before. Not violence, not comfort. Control. His fingers drum against the edge of the table, knuckles tight. Her breathing is steady, unnaturally so, like she's trained herself to be unreadable. But still, he reads her. She hates that. Outside, a siren wails in the distance. Neither of them moves. It's part of the city's background music now, violence scored like a lullaby. He speaks again, voice lower, tighter. There's no walking away from this. Her reply is colder than steel. I never asked to walk. Words meant to hurt. They don't. He pushes a folder across the table. It lands with a dull thud. She doesn't open it. She already knows what's inside. Photos, timelines, connections drawn in red ink like blood spilled on cheap paper. Everything is mapped. Everything leads to her. Her hands stay in her lap. Control. Always control. He leans in. You were sloppy. Her laugh is a blade. I was fast. A pause. Then, you left fingerprints. She shrugs. You taught me not to care about prints. Just results. He smiles, but it doesn't reach his eyes. I also taught you how to disappear. Yet here you are. The silence returns. But this time, it's different. Thick with consequences. She finally opens the folder. Her eyes scan the pages. No reaction. The kind of calm that unnerves people. But not him. He trained that into her. Built her to be this way. Now he sees the monster he made, and she sees the man who made her. I need a name, he says. You need a body, she replies. A test. He knows it. She watches him weigh it. Then he nods once. 1 week. She stands. 3 days. It's not a negotiation. She turns without waiting for approval. He doesn't stop her. She won't be stopped. The door clicks shut behind her. The room feels colder. He sits back, alone again, just the way he likes it, except he doesn't. Not anymore. She's out there now, and she's better than they expected. Smarter. Meaner. Unafraid. A reflection with sharper edges. He pulls out another folder from the drawer. This one's marked with a name no one speaks aloud anymore. He stares at it like it might blink first. Then, quietly, he mutters to no one, let's see how far you'll go. No one answers. But far away, in the darkness, someone starts moving. 3 days isn't time. It's pressure. A countdown disguised as a challenge. She doesn't waste any of it. First stop. Storage Unit 47B. Unmarked, unlisted. Paid for in cash 10 years ago. Inside, dust covers old lives, burner phones, passports, drives loaded with information nobody should have. She takes only what she needs. Efficiency is survival. The drive is silent. She doesn't listen to music. Sound is a distraction, and she's never had time for indulgence. Her thoughts are organized, segmented, weaponized. The name he wants isn't a mystery. It's a shadow. One she's followed before, one she thought buried. But some things don't stay dead. Some things don't even bleed. She changes cars twice, burns one. Not because anyone's following, but because she refuses to assume they're not. A ghost doesn't get sloppy. She books a room under a name that doesn't exist, in a hotel that barely does. 4th floor, corner room, fire escape access. Curtains closed. Lights off. Laptop on. She decrypts a drive in under 10 minutes. A file opens. Details on a man who's supposed to be missing. Ex-Special Forces. Disappeared 6 years ago after a botched mission no one wants to talk about. The file says he's dead. She knows he's not. She made sure of it. She covered it herself. That was the deal. He vanishes. She gets silence. But silence doesn't last. Not in this business. She makes 3 calls. All untraceable. One gets answered. A woman's voice. No greeting. Just breathing. She speaks first. He's active again. The woman says nothing for a long time. Then, "You sure?" She replies, "He left a signature. Same pattern. Same radius." A beat. Then, "Where?" Her answer is quiet. "Berlin." The line goes dead. She closes the laptop, unplugs the battery, snaps it in half. Into the bag. She doesn't pause. Action is clarity. Reflection is for later. Maybe. She loads 2 handguns, wipes them down, wraps them in cloth, places them beside a steel blade no longer than her forearm. Every tool has a purpose. Every choice has weight. By dawn, she's at the airport. No luggage. No ID. Just motion. She doesn't go through the terminal. Private access. Cash-only charter. Pilots don't ask questions when they're paid not to care. 30 minutes later, she's airborne. 17 hours to Berlin. Long enough to plan. Not long enough to hesitate. In flight, she reviews mental maps. Locations. Contacts. Habits. His not hiding. His waiting. That's worse. She remembers the last time they crossed paths. How close it got. How much blood it cost. She should have killed him. She didn't. Now it's a debt. She leans back, closes her eyes, doesn't sleep. Sleep invites dreams. Dreams invite weakness. She's 3 days out from a war. One she didn't start. One she intends to finish. The plane cuts through clouds like a blade through fabric. So does she. Berlin is grey when she lands, wet pavement, low sky, air thick with history. She doesn't look out the window. She's not here to admire the city. The pilot doesn't speak. He knows better. She steps out with nothing but a coat and a purpose. The contact waits near Alexanderplatz. Tall, lean, sharp-eyed. He calls himself Marek now. Last time, it was Luca. Doesn't matter. Names are masks. She nods once. He falls into step beside her. No questions, no greetings. Professionals don't waste words. He leads her to a safe house, neutral ground, off-grid, secured by old favors and older threats. She scans the space before entering. 2 exits. No cameras. No signs of intrusion. She steps inside. The walls are bare. The air smells like dust and secrets. He hands her a phone and a flash drive. "He's been moving," he says. "Quick. Clean." She plugs in the drive. Images load. Grainy surveillance. A man in a coat. Hat low. Gait unmistakable. It's him. Still alive. Still dangerous. Last seen near an old checkpoint turned nightclub. Underground. Loud. Perfect place to vanish. She memorized the angles, the rhythm of his movements. He hasn't lost a step. Why now? Marek asks. She doesn't answer. Doesn't need to. The timing doesn't matter. The fact that he surfaced means something broke. That means someone's going to die. The only question is who. That night, she watches the club from a rooftop across the street. Rain taps against her hood. Lights flicker below, red, violet, strobe. Bodies moving in rhythm. She waits. 2 hours. Then, there he is. Like he never left. He moves through the crowd like a ghost. Like he owns it. Maybe he does. She tracks him through the lens. Notes patterns. Tells. Habits he hasn't shed. He orders a drink but doesn't touch it. Posts near exits. Watches reflections. Still paranoid. Still alive because of it. But there's something else. A shift in posture. Not fear. Readiness. He knows she's here. Subscribe to my channel. PK News next video is very biggest news and shock news next video. Wait tomorrow 9 PM video. Okay, subscribe.